No, I should be able to have this game finished right before Amnesia comes out. We'll get 2 big spooky games back to back, chat. At least that's the current plan. How was that for us, Neil? Hot open. Pretend like the stream has been going for like an hour already. Launch into the middle of a conversation. Not confusing at all, right? I've restocked my tea supply too. Still no green tea though, fortunately. But it is what it is. I'll have to order some green tea offline or something. All part of the Phasmophobia archive. Have you tried being a good boss? I was a great boss. What are you talking about? I was the one who like literally gave my crucifix that I paid good money for to my coworker and made sure they survived. If your boss gives your life for you, does that not mean he's a good boss? I think it does. I think it's a good sign. He may not pay the best, but he still sacrificed. But hello everyone. How's everyone been doing? Let's see who we got. Who do we got here? We got Don't Open, Desarter, Goku, Sly, In Denial. Or I'm in denial, I mean. How's everyone? All the early gang today. Glad you're streaming. You are very bored. Ah, well. Maybe I can help with that. We'll see. We'll play some more of Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen's adventures in Japan tonight. It's very spooky. Damn, I should have called this the selfie adventures of Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen. I missed the opportunity for a great joke. So, yeah, as I was saying earlier, should be able to have this game finished right before Amnesia comes out, so it'll be nice to play this game and then that. I feel that after I finish the new Amnesia game, I might want to fit in Silent Hill 1 in there if I can. At least I'm going to try to. I want to fit in Silent Hill 1 so I can have all the good Silent Hills played through. That'll probably be the last spooky game of Spooktober before I have to focus on stuff like Watch Dogs Legion. You recently brought Kingdom Under Fire on GOG and then muted the word Patriarch. Is it offensive? Depends on who you're asking, I think. But in terms of a medieval simulator game like that, it shouldn't be. As that's just part of history. You ate roasted potatoes with mushroom and pickled onion gravy. Every single word you just mentioned sound very, very yummy. That was a very well-constructed, food sentence, by the way. Food sentence, chat. You're welcome to that new term. Send out the Discord and announce. Honestly, you do the gaming sense better than GCN. That dude's delivery is annoying as fuck. Well, first, thank you. I'm glad you like my stuff. I personally don't watch his stuff, so I can't really comment on whether it's, good or not. I hope it's good, because some people obviously like it. I'm sure he makes good stuff, too. But I'm glad you prefer, me, the best. The one and only. So that's how you get away with bragging. You have to, offer a little bit of humble pie first, then you throw in the brag. But I do my best to continue improving my writing abilities, so hopefully, I'm glad it's paid off and some people have noticed. Here's how you actually improve your writing ability, chat. Go back and read the earlier stuff you wrote, and try not to kill yourself after you're done, because you'll cringe that hard. And then afterward, you're like, you know what, I think I can do better than what I was doing a year ago. As their pope, as so to speak, is called the Patriarch, and it was muted. I think it's weird that they would just mute it. Oh, look at all these people showing up. How's everyone? You guys ready for more, spooky ghost camera game? I am. I had a great night playing Phasmophobia, though, last night. Did you guys enjoy the Phasmophobia stream, by the way? I know I couldn't read chat that much, because I was playing with other people, so my apologies for that, but it's just kind of the nature of how you have to play a game with other people. You can't just sit there and read chat the entire time. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun doing it. Did a great job explaining. Everyone else had a great. You never got an alert for it, and you were there. You were there. Oh, I didn't start the stream at 8 last night, so I started a bit late, about 8:30, 8:45, because since I wasn't playing by myself, I had to wait for my friends to be ready. So I was, about 45 minutes late before I started the stream, because I was waiting on them. I had to work around their schedule. Weird that you didn't get a notification for it, but Twitch is like that sometimes. It's on the VOD if you want to watch it, though. Did you see the trailer for MK11 expansion, Melina, Rain, and Rambo? Well, I put the "I'm your worst nightmare" line as the part of in my video as the the achievement for Boomer Smash Brothers, which is what kind of Mortal Kombat has become. Like, what 80s action hero can we stick in our game? Or what 80s horror villain can we stick in our game? But hey, even boomers need Smash Brothers, don't they? So it's more of a Gen Xer thing, but whatever. You understand the joke. It's funnier to say boomer. Saying Gen Xers doesn't really have the same effect, does it? Have I ever played Condemned Criminal Origins? Yes, I have. That's actually a really good game. That was one of the launch Xbox 360 games, and I bought it with my Xbox 360. And I was surprised. I kind of thought when I bought it that it was going to suck. Because it had that feel of launch game suckitude when you first look at it, especially the box art, which is terrible. But I got it and I was incredibly surprised that it's still a good game today. I think actually I might end up playing it at some point. Condemned 2, though, on the other hand, that one is a whole nother beast and nowhere near as good. Condemned 2 went a little bit off the rails, as they say. Oh yeah, Base did get a hype train started last night, didn't she? Hopefully I didn't miss any of those. I got a little distracted playing the game last night with my friends. So if anyone subbed and I didn't say proper thank you, I'm sorry. What's up, Puff? You're too old even, you're just 24. Too old for what? How can you be too old for something at age 24? Hope everyone, look at Base being this sweet. Scream Angel tonight, chat. Scream Angel. You don't mind me asking, how old are you? I usually give out an anime year answer. I'm 30,000 years old or something along those stupid lines. What does it matter? I'm able to communicate with the Zoomers. I've established a bond. Have I seen the hot new iPhone meme where it doesn't come with a charger? Well, I don't buy iPhone products anyways, so I can definitely get in on that joke, but doesn't everyone who buys an iPhone already have multiple chargers sitting around their house? And it wouldn't surprise me, though, considering, I mean, everyone used to make fun of, hey, the iPhone has no, audio jack, and now all the phones don't come with audio jacks. Or most of them don't, anyways. So it wouldn't be surprised me if, like, 2 years, the ones that are, the other phone companies, like, you know what, we're not going to ship a charging cable either. That's another couple bucks in our pocket. But isn't ancient like Oron from FF10? He was 35 in that game, but they depicted him in like severe anime years. He looked like, I thought when I first played that game, I thought he was like in his 50s, like mid-50s the way they depicted him. Then I read the wiki, I was like, wait, he's like 35, Jesus. A hard couple years he must have had. Well, he was dead too, and I don't know how he aged so much. Spoiler, by the way. New 3DS XL didn't come with a charger when it came out. Hey, chat, any printer you buy, I don't know how to tell you this. If you ever buy a printer, they don't come with the actual USB cable to connect your printer to your computer. Ain't that some shit? Wasn't he a drinker, though? He was dead for, like, you know, a decade. I don't think drinking's gonna matter once you're a ghost. Somehow he's still aged, though. They never explained that part. They're just like, yeah, we don't need to. No one will care. Except for this asshole on the internet 20 years later who'll make fun of our video game. But Auron was the standout character in the game. Easily the best character. Mainly because they didn't have, you know, he had the best voice actor who could, you know, handle the lines because he didn't have to match lip flaps because his mouth was covered, I think. Chargers and cables and the new batteries. I think it's just, you know, part of the new 2020 technological shifting. You'll probably see a lot less wires for things because a lot more stuff will be charged over the air. Like you'll just set your phone down on a plate. That'll become more common. The wireless charging, I think. So that's one thing. And better battery tech overall. Am I willing to say death cures alcoholism? Yes, because I'm just quoting you. That was a quote from Archive, by the way. Can't get me on that one. I've got my lawyer sitting right next to me as I stream. Speaking of streaming, should I start playing the spooky game? I think we... Wow, what did I accomplish last time I played? The music is... Yeah, I mentioned before that the music for that menu is more like something out of an RPG. So I think I got, a you know, a crest or something to open a door over here. Exactly right. Stone mirror camera. Yeah, the diamond stack key. You weren't quoting anyone when you said, you know, don't lie. It's, you know, these Twitch chats are, you know, public record, you realize. Well, I'm sure the big unkillable ghost won't show up again soon. I was thinking, actually, before I started my stream today, I was thinking, do I want to play the Alan Wake DLC for Control? But then I realized, oh wait, I haven't actually re-downloaded the Epic Game Store launcher onto my computer, my new computer yet. So it's like, oh, that's not an option then. I act like that would take so much effort, but it's like, yeah, too much work, my man. Back in high school, did I date a cheerleader? No. What kind of high school life do you think I had? I had there were two distinct eras of my high school life. The first era for freshman year and then sophomore year were me basically trying to keep away from everyone because I was, I had a lot of social anxiety to deal with. And I was like, I don't like any of you. I'm gonna sit in the hallway, fuck, where I don't have to deal with any of this stuff.
Did you find Itsuki?
Oh shit, that was not a ghost to attack me. And then in junior and senior year, I kind of like learned to start telling jokes and getting people to laugh, and then I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. I like making people laugh. Not even the wiki explained why Auron aged after he died. Other unsent stayed the same after the hundreds of years. Best the fans came up with is maybe that's how he wanted to look. Yeah, he just thought, you know what, I want to look like I've aged 20 or 40 years over these 10. Oh yeah, I need to adjust this game's audio, don't I? You guys can probably barely hear me.
This is all God's village. The ritual that cannot be spoken about. And the place that mustn't be seen.
That I was the cool loner that even a cheerleader found attractive. How often does that story actually happen, though? You're speaking of, like, anime manga stuff.
If I take a picture of that place...
Alright, what we got? Looks like an old diary. Ancient village records have been stored in the ceremony master's house. Many discuss the legends, folk tales, and rituals of the village. There are sure to be many records of folklore value. The forbidden ritual is also called the Crimson Ritual, Sacrifice Ritual. Twins are used to help seal the gate to hell. There are two parts. The visible ceremony, which occurs periodically, and if it fails, the hidden ceremony is performed. If all the ceremonies fail, the gate to hell will open. The dead will pour out, and the skies will go dark. They call this disaster the Repentance. The whereabouts of the Munakata friends, the twin boys Itsuki and Mutsuki, are unknown, which is a little troubling. If they are found, I might be able to ask them about the village. You were a cheerleader and dated the bad boy, even married him. Bad idea, huh? Did he stay the bad boy afterwards? You couldn't change him for the better? I'm sorry. Sometimes, you know, those high school romances don't work out so well. So how many of you, also lived the loner life in high school? I imagine this might be pretty common. Or, you know, maybe a Twitch group. Maybe I'm just projecting, though. No kidding, but learned a great life lesson there? Well, hopefully you haven't made that mistake twice then. But, I'm glad you got out of whatever the issue was. Ghost, right? I mean... clearly a ghost. Maybe it's just a dead, mummified person. What is the next game I'm sending? I haven't decided yet. I'm waiting until I can play Amnesia before I decide whether I'm going to do Amnesia or Control right now. Person wasn't here the last time either. When does Amnesia come out? In like another 2 days, I think. Oh, that's... oh. Creepy dolls.
We would always be together, so we ran away. But everyone died. But everyone died.
Sin Road to Hell? No, you do that.
Mayu! Meow, what happened? Someone was calling me, telling me to come back and perform the ritual again. The ritual? Stay with me forever and ever. Mm-hmm. Of course, we promised. For now, let's get out of here.
Speak up, no. Japanese girls can only speak in a breathy whisper. They're masters of the ASMR.
There's something familiar about the smell here.
What is my favorite genre of games? Usually things like first-person RPGs are often pretty good. Action-adventure games, too. See the floaty. Something shows in the photo. Looks like the same doll. Okay, there needs to be a doll up there. Trying to best to socialize with you guys. Hey, that's a good place to learn, actually. It's a safe place, as they say. Don't forget Mortal Kombat 2. I love Mortal Kombat, so you think that, huh? Someone asked David Hayter if he'd be open to playing Guyver as a guest character for Mortal Kombat, and he was like, hell yeah, Guyver, that's an anime thing, isn't it? I don't know much about it. Munakata and his teacher came to the village today. He said he was worried about Itsuki and came to help, but I can't tell outsiders about the village. Itsuki's locked up in the storehouse. I doubt he'll be allowed to talk with the outsider. Mr. Makabe made a picture of us with his picture box. My face looks strange, but it was interesting to see. He's probably going to be asterisk because our cleansing isn't finished yet. Before that happens, we have to help him escape. If I can become one with you, yay, I'll be happy. That's the only thing that matters to me. Played a live-action adaptation of Guyver in the late 90s, just before he got the role of Snake. I did not know that. But I've never paid attention... Wait... I think I might have actually seen that movie. I remember seeing something briefly about the Guyver movie, but it seemed really crappy, so I never watched it, so I just briefly saw it on TV once. Maybe that was it. Warp Twins. A photo was loose inside the diary. You put the butterfly diary and photo of your Warp Twins in your file. It was R-rated Power Rangers. Yeah, I remember he just like a dude who had like elbow swords. That's all I recall from it. And he's like a bug armor or something. You miss your 6-year anniversary? Happy annuals, hun. I love ya. The lasting relationship if it goes 6 years, isn't it? Mark Hamill was in it? Alright, so... I'm a secret Guyver fan. I've never really paid any attention to it. I just have brief flashes of memory. Oh. Alright, now you're gonna get up. God, that was quick. How am I missing these shots? You're not being very fair here. Well, this is working way better than the cross did last night, isn't it? Why doesn't hurt? You have to get only when you see the ring light up around the viewfinder. That's when you can take a shot that'll do damage. Twin doll heads. They are old but beautifully decorated. Probably the heads for the dolls in that other room. Why do ghosts want to kill you? They're ghosts. They're vengeful spirits. They're in a cursed village. And we're the twins they apparently need to sacrifice. Oh, damn. 500 bits from Shinneth. I have a lot of memories of this game, but I don't realize the insta-kill bitch could chase you at the entry rooms of this mansion until you watch it happen in your last stream. Used to think it was confined to the one room, but so thanks for enlightening you. I think you don't have to go back that way that I went, and maybe so that's why she only appears in those areas, maybe? I don't know. But we'll see. But you did appear in that other area. So, see, you learn something all the time.
The two chosen to heaven.
Can you stop with the creepy ASMR?
The two chosen to heaven.
Seems that inserting their heads makes the mechanism start to work.
I hear something. The two chosen children shall be carried to heaven. on the wings of a butterfly. A butterfly that will save this village.
Why do I have a timer? What? Oh no, it's a sliding puzzle. How is this a sliding puzzle? It's just figure knickknacks. They all stop moving. Maybe they stop after a certain length of time. Onimusha flashbacks are coming in. This is my bane. This is the bane of my fucking existence, a sliding puzzle. They just disguise it as one. Like, that doesn't even make any sense. I can just pick up a knickknack and move them whichever way I want. And why do they have to be moved only... I mean, they're not nailed down. That doesn't make any sense. I've got a strained voice and everything now. Let me take a I think the key to the puzzle is this photograph. When is the Dartigan ASMR? You asked too much. Okay, those two at the top, the ones sitting down with the pale face, need to be up there. So there's only one we need to move up there.
I hear something.
These two need to be at the top.
Children shall be carried to heaven on the wings of a butterfly. A butterfly that will save this village.
I've only got 18 seconds. This is way too slow. Get it wrong a second time, I have to fight a tough ghost? What? Leave.
The two chosen to heaven.
I guess as long as I leave, it doesn't matter. I need these two at the very bottom to get up to the top and sit on the pedestals.
I hear something. The two chosen children shall be carried to heaven on the wings of a butterfly. A butterfly that will save this village.
Seems like it just works way too slow. There's no way.
The two chosen.
Do the two oranges at the same time. That's what I'm trying to figure out a way of doing.
I hear something. The two chosen children shall be carried to heaven on the wings of a butterfly.
Maybe this is what they wanted me to do.
That will save this village.
one off. Are the only 2 slots? Yeah, those 2 that in the 2 shrine maidens need to be sitting on the little, you know, floor pieces at the top for it to work. Anyone who's ever watched any of my streams knows that that slide puzzle is the thing I hate the most. My brain just does not function properly for them, or at least in the way that solving them works.
I hear something. The 2 chosen children shall be carried to heaven on the wings of a butterfly. A butterfly that will save this village.
Alright. Must go faster. There we go. That is really awkward to do. Sound came from the small drawer in the doll stand as if it is just unlocked. Butterfly key.
The 2 chosen to heaven.
That medication they put you on is way too strong. But I was mentioning my plans for the month chat earlier, so some of you might not have been here to hear it. Currently, I'm playing this game. I should be able to have this game finished before Amnesia Rebirth comes out, and I plan to play that. Then my plan, if I have time after beating Amnesia Rebirth, is to play possibly Silent Hill 1. That'll be the kind of the end of Spooktober, because after that I'll have to focus on all the big open world games coming out. Where do I use this key at? Not sure where there was another locked door at. Maybe this one. I should play Silent Hill 2. I've already streamed and played Silent Hill 2. And 3 and 4. So Silent Hill 1 is the one that's still on my docket to do. I like the word docket, chat. Everyone should use it more often. My bad, don't apologize. It's a perfectly fine suggestion. You just didn't know that I already played it. Did I play the Silent Hill with Troy Baker in it? No. I played the original Silent Hill 2 PC version with mods. So I actually played the best version of Silent Hill 2 you can possibly play. Been patched up by fans and made excelente. Were those sinnable? 2 is, I think, would be very hard to make a sin video out of, because 2 is one of those games I've put up there and on a very high pedestal when it comes to video game writing, because it has a lot of subtlety going on in its plot. It's kind of even hard to describe. There's plenty of videos out there you can find to talk about it. 3 and 4 would possibly be able to make videos from those. They're a bit more on the nose. However, all my footage from 3 kind of failed to record, so I'd have to replay 3 if I wanted to make a video on it now. Ironically, the easiest Silent Hill games to sin are the newer ones that were kind of made by the US and European teams that weren't that great. Kurosawa house map. Old map is on the table. It wasn't there a second ago. Twin girls of the house gave me a map that shows a side door. They said that the hidden ceremony is near and I should escape out that side door during the night. I left so quickly I couldn't even ask them about it. The other people in the house are acting normally. Was there some ulterior motive behind this generous hospitality? Just to be safe, I will tell Munakata to go home ahead of me. There's a secret door somewhere. Also, Casual Kitty, thank you for your Twitch Prime sub. I thought maybe... Do I have anything for my camera upgrades? Let me check. No, doesn't look like it. I do have spirit orbs I can add, though. Actually, I don't have any spirit orbs. Welcome to the Moo fam. Yes, welcome. You're all for the Breath of the Wild prequel. Actually, I might end up playing that. Even though I'm not really into Muso games. What does Muso mean in Japanese, by the way? Does it just mean, you know, grindy, that has to have a, translation, right? Because Muso games of, like, Dynasty Warriors and stuff always look like, wow, that looks boring as all piss. To put it, gently. Warrior? That's really... They really just called the game Warrior. Oh, look at these low resolution photographs you can take. They get stored. Can we get a proper CyberConnect 2 Berserk game, huh? Probably not.
Neo, wait! Don't leave me.
I'm 5 steps ahead of you. Ain't that bad. There's something really deceptive about these character models. I think they're supposed to be teenagers, but their height and the height of the world around them makes them look like they're like under 4 foot tall and maybe like 10. Not sure where to go. They're canonically 15. Ubisoft is really hammering home that their very easy difficulty and their ease of access for impaired people like deaf, blind, color, man. I mean, I got no problem with that. My opportunity is reading chat.
Not us.
Why was she programmed to say that? They want her to be the person you're taking care of. Oh. I've been through here. I think you should go up here and save first. Let us save, chat. You know, you would think with the way this game works around cameras that the Wii U Fatal Frame game would have been really good. Since it had that old touchscreen controller you hold up. But I heard it was kind of meh. Wii U has a really annoying mechanic for picking up items. Really? For picking up items? What is it? How do you make picking up an item annoying? That's actually an impressive feat. Recall where this locked door is I got a key for. Go back through the big ghost room, I think, though. There's nothing left over here. And this door ain't opening. The Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction remake. That would actually be pretty good. I remember that game being considered a classic by a lot of people. Sadly, I don't think the Hulk is considered, as marketable as the rest of the Marvel squad, because he only ever got his one movie from the Marvel franchise, and that was it. Then, like, yeah, he'll just be a character in it. That didn't count. Bullshit. Hulk got 2 movies. One of them was not, canonical with the Marvel movies, I don't believe, though. The first one by that, Korean, I think he was Korean director. One that had really bad early CG. Fade. Allows you to avoid damage when caught by a spirit by pressing the shutter button at just the right moment to set off a flash and stun the spirit. Huh. Yeah, it's the one where the Hulk fights hulked out poodle dogs too, if you recall that moment. Hey, Mike, get to the sub the popcorn. Thank you, Mike. Ang Lee's The Hulk is your favorite Hulk movie? I couldn't really enjoy it that much. It was really... I mean, I didn't really enjoy the second Hulk movie either. He fought the version of Absorbing Man. Yeah, I don't really know much about Hulk's enemies, to be honest with you. So I was like, who is this guy again? He just seems like he, like, turns into metal at one point. And then he becomes a Hulk himself or something. I don't know what he did at the end of that movie. It got very anime at the end of that first Hulk movie, if I recall. God damn it, put a leash on that girl.
Mayu?
How can you let a girl who limps constantly get away from you? Thank you for the tinnitus again.
Mayu, what's wrong? It's nothing.
Very subtle noose in the background.
Mio, hurry up. Let's go. We have to get out of here.
Name of this. Okay. Closer inspection, you see red stains all over the sunken fireplace. You're terrible thinking that sounded like she was peeing on the floor. That sounded like pee to you? Musical pee. You could sample that for a track. I mean, to each their own. It just sounds like tinnitus to me. Okay, maybe it was this door. I don't think I've been over there yet. Okay. It's an empty room. Hello, your computer is being stupid. What's it doing? Have you tried turning it on and off again? Well, that was pointless. Alright, I guess we go back further then. CPU core reduction. What am I playing this on? My Pakistani GameCube. It's a faithful machine. Plays even PS2 games, if you can believe it. Lightning occasionally lights up the sky and you can't see anything else. I always love to confuse people with the Pakistani GameCube line. That's the glorious Pac Cube. Did no damage. You can actually use Mayo as a distraction for the ghosts. That seems like it's going to be a bad sisterly thing to do. Take my piss cloud, whatever that is. Why they're ringing? Because ringing is creepy, so you get tinnitus when you play the game. Why is my vision so blurry? God damn it, game. Let her go. You were handling that really well. Behind you. Yep, there it is. I got you. You're blocking my shot. You're making this 10 times harder than it needs to be. Helping you get fatal frames. I don't think letting her take damage is a good idea. Something tells me that this game is like, you know, counting those moments. The ringing will stop now, chat. You're welcome. That hand can drone on for a while. After a while, the tinnitus sound really does start to feel like it's, you know, just settling in. Give me that orb. Materia slot gained. What do I want to put that in? Maybe I'll put that in the blast. Power up my accumulation, though. Do you think we're gonna fight ghosts in Resident Evil 9? No. It'd be very off track for Resident Evil to go into actual supernatural. Resident Evil is about, you know, scientific, you know, body horror. Sometimes cultish body horror, but there's always like an organism that causes the weirdness. Resident Evil 8 has fucking vampires and werewolves. That can be explained through genetics and all the other wacky shit they put in it. Just as a reminder, in Resident Evil 4, you had people's heads popping out with tentacles. How is a werewolf or a vampire or whatever any worse than that? You had a Spanish Napoleon midget who turns into a giant meat plant in that game. That's hardly weirder than anything that happened there. And then the president's daughter wanted to bang you at the end of the game. I wonder if that'll make it into a remake.
The ritual for the village. We were born for this purpose.
I should play Resident Evil 4 on stream. I have. It was a very fun stream, in fact. We had a lot of glitches that happened during it. And I made a video on it. General rule of thumb, most fatal frame games charge your meter from timing, which gets you the fatal frames in 0 shots. But 2 is weird in that there's more emphasis on you getting right. Yeah, that's what I know about 2, is that the closer you are to the ghost for the shot, the more damage you can possibly do. You're also kind of waiting for it to do like certain attack, go into its actual attack animation, I think. So you get rewarded for taking bigger risks. Would it be possible to do a video on the Ghostbusters, the video game? It would be possible, just I don't really have a lot of reason to right now. I mean, I actually kind of like that game. It's alright. Maybe eventually I will. There's some games I just don't have a lot of urgency to do. You know, I'm just realizing as well, this is like the second game about where it's weird. There aren't exactly a lot of video games where you play as twins in it, but this is the second game in like under a month I've played where the game is about two twins. How does that work out? I swear that wasn't premeditated. Premeditated, yeah. Yeah. I think you guys realized last night that Kate does watch the stream sometimes. She knew all the Moo memes. He was even creating new ones for you. Need to figure out where to go. I think there might have been a door out. Yeah, I think that door is where I need to go, actually. That one right there. In both games, the fathers are missing. You're right. Well, I don't think your fathers are missing. He just never mentions your parents in this one. Ooh, or maybe this is the door I need. That's, again, not count. With game graphics and motion capture and all that being so great these days, why not just make movies within, like, Unreal Engine 4? You don't have to worry about bad CGI. You make costumes and characters that look... Well, there are plenty of CGI movies out there. Some people just prefer, movies made in reality. There's no reason to... I mean, it's actually probably cheaper to make a... I think CG movies are actually pretty expensive to make. Compared to actually a movie that's just, live action. Well, it depends on, what kind of movie you want to make in live action. Is Kate here today? Probably not. I think she's working on editing a bunch of videos together tonight. Simp for Kate. Well, you'll be able to do that eventually when she starts streaming, if you feel so inclined. Last clever of the clever, yeah, clever. I'm adding L's into everything. Cover of the clock is broken and shards lie scattered around it. But I don't think every movie needs to be animated in CG. That isn't really necessary. Oh, there's something up there. I saw. There's a spirit orb up there. I don't know why I thought taking a photo of it would make it fall down. Oh, there's a child at the door. Halloween. Let's go upstairs first. What's the other game that had you playing as twins this month? Tell Me Why game. From Don't Nod. Does the child want to kill you too? I don't think so. That's just, a spirit child who still resides in the village. When the twins were born, I was miserable knowing that they were doomed. They were raised freely, without pain or sadness. They say the pain of the asterisk never stops. The elder sister must kill the younger in the Crimson Sacrifice ritual. It's a cruel, horrible fate. Well, thanks for giving away the lead there, game, already. You could have saved that one instead of putting in a note. Yes, Jax, what is it? Want me to throw your toy? Yeah, wants to play fetch with me, chat. Go get it. Sliding screens are rotten and won't move.
Mio, there's something over here.
Part of the floor is broken and you can see down to the floor below. There seems to be something caught in the spider web strung across the hole. Grab it.
Mio, there's something over here.
Deck streaming wind. Well, she's here now. Can't get that spirit orb. Oh, God damn it. Probably had to take the photo to get that.
Mio, there's something over here.
See you later, Poppycorn. You have a good night. Where am I? Uncharted territory now. Entrance to the room, there stands a demonic-looking statue. Getting that item? I hope it's not that, but maybe it is. Who knows? We'll see. An outsider is visited with perfect timing. I'll use him with the hidden ceremony and pacify the Asterix. We must ensure he doesn't escape before that. There's something in the corner of the room covered with a cloth. What about that Alien vs. Predator game? The original one from like 2003? Playing the Marine route was terrifying in the motion? Yeah, it probably was. I never played it though, so I couldn't say for sure. But it's considered a classic. I don't think it would work on me though. If you notice, horror games don't really get many hooks into me. Hello, Babby, how you doing? If the Asterix rumbles on a year without the ceremony, a Kusabe is needed. A Kusabe is an outsider, made into a Buddha and offered to the Asterix. The more they suffer, the greater the calming of the Asterix. Is that really how they just write it? Like, we couldn't just have like a blank there. Shrine maidens of the past and future, made into crimson butterflies, return from the Asterix as guardians of the village. Those that become butterflies ascend to heaven, parting the skies above, inviting the light upon us.
Everyone's dead. It's our fault.
Ooh, Tom. The gate to hell is called the Asterix. Gaze upon the Asterix. Eyes that glimpse the Asterix will be blinded by the Asterix. Speak not of the Asterix. The mouth which utters Asterix will be made speechless by the Asterix. Listen not to the Asterix. Those who heed the Asterix are turned heartless by the Asterix. Can I get some Asterix in chat, by the way? Press Asterix to pay respect. That's just getting funny. Who knew that would be the symbol of true evil? Kitty, I can't keep throwing your toy. Yeah, I'm saying Asterix so much it's going to turn into those words. It gets... Kitty, stop! Wind Tome. In the Crimson Sacrifice ritual, the Shrine Maidens become one again. They become a deity and appease the Asterix. The latter stays here, watching over the human world. The first shall pass through the Asterix, calming the earth. If the ritual is not performed, the Asterix will open. Inhuman wretches shall burst forth from the Asterix. Villagers will be engulfed by the Asterix, and the sky will be plunged into darkness. The darkness will spread over the land for generations, awakening the Asterix. We must think of this disaster as a repentance for our failure to fulfill the duty to the Asterix, which grants us life. We must accept that this is the reason for our existence. I think that's all the tomes. Oh, this is that locked door. Remove the board that was blocking the door. I don't think there's any puzzle or anything. I think this is the reading room. See the floor below? Looks like this room is directly above the entrance. Alright, moving on. How does one game spoopy emote? Spoopy emote? I have such a thing?
I think something fell.
It seems like that fell through the hole in the ceiling. We have to go drop the ball through the hole to get the item. Football? Football? Amazing football. It looks like the object that was caught dropped the ball into the floor below. Limes does that every year for Halloween, though. I thought you were talking about limes. You know, lime is great on meat. I don't know what we're talking about limes for, though. There's something on the ground with the ball. Diamond link key. I want the ball, too, though, by the way. Give me that back. You know, this game feels a little bit like a Goosebumps or Fear... how many of you remember Goosebumps and Fear Street? Those, young adult horror novels. Missing shots and points. Making me sad. I mean, everyone probably knows Goosebumps now because of the movies, but I used to read those books when I was a kid. I even as a kid though, I realized, wow, these are really bad. They're like, these aren't scary at all. Big room. Don't be shad, have pats. I'm not sad. I'm more than happy right now. Had a great night last night. Had a great day today. What's to be sad about? Am I Afraid of the Dark was the best? Yeah, Are You Afraid of the Dark show? That actually was pretty good. That had some good episodes. There was a couple of like really briefly aired TV shows that I remember as I was a very young kid that I'd watch. One of them was called Erie, Indiana. I think it came on like NBC or ABC or something. And I remember like really liking that, but also like it was a goofy show but had a really cool intro, or at least what I thought it did at the time. You remember that show? Yeah, I barely recall it. I remember there's like an episode where there's like Tupperware taking over people's minds and turning everyone into like all the wives of the town into like slaves or something. I don't know, mind slaves through Tupperware. There's a lock engraved with a diamond link pattern key. Opens the door. You wonder why there were rooms in this mansion where there are flickering lights and electricity sounds. This village clearly died out before electricity became household utility. Well, actually, if you notice, like the light next to me is an oil lamp. See, we're actually seeing candles and shit. See, this is an open flame. I mean, I guess ghosts might be lighting matches. Who knows? Before I go in there, I want to see if I can go through this other door. Figures. Oh, but that feels good to get that in your face. There was another There was another show that came out. I think it was in the very early 2000s. It was a horror-based TV show. It was capitalizing on the dot-com boom. I recall very briefly watching it. I think it was called Freaky Links. It's like, oh, the internet's a big thing. Let's make a TV show about ghosts and a website that, you know, looks for them. I think it got like 4 or 5 episodes or something. So very few people are going to remember that one, but I do for some reason. Maybe the website is still up all on like Space Jam. Yeah, my flashlight broke a long time ago, didn't it? I can't see into the urns. You recall Freaky Links? Yeah, I think I watched 1 episode of it. It's like a weird show, though.
Mio, help!
What a mansion! Oh, I mean, hold on. That'll get it. Okay, before we go into the spooky basement, let's go check that other door. Your flashlight will revive once you leave the mansion. For some reason, it never works in the Kurosawa house. Never explained. Yeah, horror games can get away with that, apparently. We don't have to explain everything. We're a fucking horror game, mate. Which one of these doors did I not try?
Why am I trapped here?
Just to suffer. Folklorist. Long ago, a visitor to a mountain village became a ceremonial sacrifice. When the veiled priest captured me, they said things like outsider and kusabe. What exactly is the nature of this hidden ceremony? The key the twin girls gave me must be for the side door of the house. The key to the cell must be in another house according to the map. The key is hidden in the cave under the Osaka house. Maybe this is the cellar in the passageway that I read about. Right, cellar and passageway or something. Where we can get into his cell. 2 padlocks on the cell door. There's a symbol engraved on each padlock. One is light and the other is shadow. What does kusabe mean? I think it just means outsider, or like, you know, foreigner? Who knows? I doubt it means like friendly person, we're gonna show a good time. Ace translations by Dartigan, I know. I really need a save point is what I'm looking for, though. That's what Daddy needs. There's definitely gonna be a ghost. There hasn't been a ghost in a while that I had to fight. This is definitely gonna be one here. Too big of a room. Yeah, that's a reference now if I ever saw one. You just know someone's crawling about the well. They're not leaving that one on the table. Or just, you know, a random priest guy will show up. half hiding in the wall. That's a bitch move. Oh, you were right there. Find the wall again. No, there you go. Oh, oh. He's zooming. Makes a cartoon villain scream as he dies, too. Should start doing those fatal frame combos. The fights will go through a lot faster that way. I think you hit the... I'm only... if it's a red light blinking, you can do another one. I didn't realize that. I remember reading that now. Orbs. Thank goodness. Isn't helping your tinnitus. I can't imagine what this game is like for someone with that. Let's do a gamer stretch, chat. Ugh. I should use my standing desk and standing mode mode while streaming sometimes. Decrease the amount of gamer stretches I have to do. Standing, I have a desk that's got hydraulic legs, so you can set it. You can press a button and raise it up so where you can use it in standing up or sitting down, or whatever way you like, depending on you. Because you know it's not always good to sit on your butt all day. So when I'm feeling like I don't want to sit down anymore, or like I just I'm going to stand up for the next hour or so. Works well for that. However, I'm going to use my 10,000 points, I think, on the level up blast. Graham's Gate, yeah, it's pretty good. It's a bit dated though. There's some crust on it, but I can see why it was considered a classic back in the day on the PS2. There's a hammer designed engraved on the padlock. You can feel cold wind coming in through the cracks around the door. It must lead outside.
Do you think we can leave through there?
Okay, there's supposed to be like a hidden area somewhere down here, I think. Can barely hear what she says. Okay. It was carved from a single large tree. Okay, I can't get out. This might be one of those things where I gotta leave an area first before something will happen. Keep forgetting that happens a lot. Which is, in my opinion, kind of weird game design. But I guess they're like, we want the player to feel frustrated and lost before we give them the answer. Backtracking is a major element. Yeah, it definitely seems that way, doesn't it? That's a major element of a lot of Japanese games, actually. They still love that shit. I want to no, give me a camera angle that works and shows me the way out of here. Oh god, this... Okay, I need to use my camera, find out the way out. Here we are. Okay, I gotta find keys and a crest, and I don't know where the crest is. Doesn't it make games cheaper to develop? Well, it does keep you having to design additional, like, levels and stuff. But it's not exactly always fun to put it in your game. Cool, can you open that for me? I really need it in there. Yep, thank you. I knew that was gonna be.
The twins that will become the sacrifice I return.
Oh, zoom so much. I don't know if that was the combo I was expected to make or not. No light blinking, oh, I gotta be closer. Camera up on his steez. Come on. I was waiting for the light to blink. Dex, it's not the time. Dex, you're like literally hung onto my shirt. Stop it. she was hanging off me there for a second. Not time, kitty. I missed an opportunity as well. I'm fighting off a cat and a ghost right now, Chad. I didn't even see where it came from. What? Are you invisible now? Yeah, you're invisible now. Very be. We're just zooming around and shooting skulls at me, I think. Annoying. You're dead either way, so I'm taking the shot. Yeah, that does no damage.
Destiny of the sacrifice.
Oh, thank God that's over. That tinnitus is getting extreme. The malice coming from the Asterix is getting stronger. I've searched and there is no record of it getting this strong in the past. Recently, poor harvests and deaths have begun to increase. The time of repentance for Tachibana's failure to perform the ritual is drawing near. Half of the mourners were driven mad by the malice and jumped into the Asterix. We must prepare more mourners. We'll use the sinners. If we don't do something, the Asterix will overflow in a few years. We must use my daughters in the ritual. Sai and Ye must be cleansed for the village. Hey, here's an idea. Move the fuck away. Is it really that hard to move out of the spooky ghost village? Instead of sacrificing your children. You'll see yourself. Not fatal frame, more like fatal sound. Yeah, that's a mom joke if I ever saw one. Sei and Ye ran away with that boy, A remaining. The Kusabi calmed the Asterix a little, but it is still rumbling. If the twins aren't brought back, the village will be swallowed by the Asterix. They are my daughters, I must find them. You must have a tracking chip in that curse? Well, we're all getting those eventually. That's what the coof is for. The vaccine. It's gonna put the chip in your brain, man. And it's all a big conspiracy by Maxwell House Coffee. That's one of the craziest thing I could possibly think of. No one expects Big Coffee to be the one scheming, but it is. Starbucks is in on it too, man. Know it. I saw it. I've been in their places. They're chipping you in there. They say it's free Wi-Fi, but it's actually brainwave signals they're giving to you. Right into your medulla oblongata. I'm gonna go upstairs. We got both ways, up and down, huh? Our house, it controls the world. Yeah, I'll insert that spirit orb. We'll put you here. But I like my tinfoil hat now. No, man, the tinfoil hat's also a lie. It actually amplifies it. I know. I felt this wave, the Starbucks way, is even stronger once I put it on. It's made of metal. What goes in a microchip? Metal. Fact. Wake up, sheeple. If you're not completely surrounded by nothing but nature 24/7, you're being controlled. Trees, dirt, and water. That's all you need. Nature provides. That's why I'm smoking all this hashish. Don't feed into the lie. Time of the ritual is coming soon. Itsuki and Mutsuki's ritual didn't work, and this year it's our turn. I'm leaving the village with you. Itsuki will help us escape, and we'll be together forever like I promised. Truth is, I don't want to run, but as long as I can be with you, I'll follow you anywhere. Just don't leave me here alone. So it seems like the original twins found out they were going to be sacrificed to the Asterisk and decided to get the hell out of the village, and then I guess that's when the curse was placed upon the place. Is that why I drink tea? Yeah, man, tea's totally natural. Gets all the bad toxins out of you. By the way, if you ever hear anyone mention the word toxins and detoxifying you or something else, you're talking to a loon. When you stepped on the pattern on the floor, you felt it sink down a little. Oh, it's a Minecraft build.
I wonder if this will open if stepped on. I'll stay here.
You do that. Sea power blends. Find the location of a spirit. Spirit power required 1 extends. Makes the spirit easier to locate. Press the triangle button when you charge 1 or more spirit power points. Default setting. While this effect is active, the spirit is easier to locate. This is especially effective against spirits that vanish for extended periods. Raising the level of this effect extends the duration and enables a directional mark in the viewfinder that points out where the spirit is. All about the detox tea. Many people must have once prayed in this room. Look down the... Just got home a few minutes, are you? How was your day? You better stay standing on that switch. I was wrong. It's just like Itsuki said. Munakata's teacher is going to be an Asterisk. This has to stop. People like Mitsuki shouldn't have to die. I have to do something. A veiled priest took one of the cell keys to the rope temple. It seems Father plans to make that man an Asterisk. Even though he's Munakata teacher. I know one cell key is hidden in Father's bookshelves. Keep the Asterisks appeased. There is only one thing to do. If we perform the Crimson Sacrifice, perhaps people won't suffer like this.
Lock up the man who came to find out about the ritual. Let us prepare to make the Kusabi. I'll hold on to this key.
I never saw the ghost anywhere.
Escape is impossible.
They fall on the other side of the lattice. Went to Plasma Center and then hung out with the rest of the day with your grandma. Sounds like a sweet day then. Look in that room that fell.
You won't leave me alone again, right?
She's a very needy sister. I don't want to go back in there. I need to go downstairs now. I'm up with you. Down here, I think. Down here. Single brain cell game, hey, as long as you got one. It actually doesn't require much intelligence for life to thrive, chat. Always keep that in mind. You don't need a lot of brain cells to be happy. In fact, having extras probably just gets in the way. Where am I? I don't recognize this place. Simple life. A lot of people desire that. They want to move out of the city. They have the aspirations of starting up their farm. I know farmers, and they tell you it's not relaxing at all, by the way. You don't need brain cells to be happy. It's a weird thing to tune into. Hey, it's the truth. You've ever seen a paramecium? Parameciums are happy as fuck. There's nothing in this world that's happier than a paramecium. Especially when it's eating your brain. Okay, that's the ominous. There's just a random tower in the middle of the village. That's probably gonna be the rope temple, if I had to guess. Like I can't... Oh, there's like a path you can't go on the other path, can you? Never mind, I can't go that way. Paramecium is happiest when eating brain. Oh. Isn't there like... There is some kind of paramecium you can actually catch in the water and it just will eat holes through your brain. That's like a nightmare scenario. There's a similar pattern on the hallway on the other side. Alright, I need you to step on one of these, sis. You don't have to do microtransactions and be happy. Game lied to you? Well, no. You just gotta get into gotcha, man. You gotta do the gambling. Microtransactions are old school. Isn't that Chinese game, Genshin Impact, really popular right now and also just full of gotcha?
I wonder if this will open if stepped on. I'll stay here.
We're performing a ritual right now. It seems like it's made specifically for twins. You can play the game without spending money. Well, that's the idea behind all gacha games. You can play the game without spending money, but things will be a lot grindier for you. Have I seen the Genshin emergency food memes? No, the only meme I've seen from Genshin Impact is the Nondayo, the little elf girl being upset that someone giggled. That's the only meme I've seen from it.
Mia, didn't we promise? Together.
That will become the sacrifice have returned.
Good game for free. Game is good. Well, I would hope so. They're basically just, kind of aping, Breath of the Wild in a lot of ways. Yeah, it's free because they want you to buy the gotchas. It's a gotcha game. They're all usually free. Like, hey, here's a free game, lots of cool mechanics, and you can play for the first 10 or so hours without us getting in your way. And then slowing everything to a grind. And also, I kind of have an issue with the Chinese, ownership of it. That's like, I don't really know if I want my data stolen today. The shadow key. Needed that. You're getting it right now. Also, Dean Truckin, thank you for the 13-month sub. What's up, Dart? We're just having a fun time tonight, struggling through horror games. How are you? So, like, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, only free. Well, not exactly. Odyssey didn't have gambling in it. The Odyssey just had a grind, and they expected you to buy an XP bonus and other such things. Whereas a gacha game will have the loot box kind of stuff in it, where you'll get a bunch of random crap you don't want, and there's nothing you can do to choose what if you can choose what you want to buy with your money, that's a bit different, but the loot box takes it to a whole other level. You said it's Chinese, right? TikTok Flash. I don't think it's owned by TikTok, but it is a Chinese owned game. You loot box characters and items, yeah. You'll get a lot of, it takes a lot of money usually to get the ones you want when it comes to that. And two-wheeler, I think you're really susceptible to gacha, because you may like, but you get some stuff for free, yeah, of course, that's how they bait you in. You get that first hit free, man. First hit's free. Come on, man, just a taste, that's all you need. Don't you worry about it, I'll hook you up later. Here, free sample. Just to get you a little lifted. You're too poor for gacha? Consider that the blessing of poverty, then. You can't be taken advantage of by consumer unfriendly tactics. Yae is not coming back. Did she really leave Sai behind? Did she survive in the forest? If Sai is cleansed and acts as Shrine Maiden alone, the Asterix might be appeased. The records do not mention any rituals with a single Shrine Maiden, but I will do it. I have to try. Yae, why did you run? Why won't you come back? Your friends are actually upset because you pulled a good character. I played Overwatch for a while, but I really got tired of its loot box crap. That was my first experience with loot boxes. Countless ropes hang from the ceiling. This place must have been used for some special ritual.
Everyone's calling me.
I like engraved with a butterfly design on the heavy-looking door. I have a pet. Oh, can't go any further in here, apparently. Yeah, I haven't played Overwatch in a long time now. I think I kind of stopped right before they started adding new characters to it. I think Overwatch has the issue that a lot of games have where they overbalance it. They constantly are trying to correct every little thing, even if it just continues to make new problems and just shifts around what's a little bit overpowered. You're never going to have a completely, truly, perfectly balanced game. So I don't know why they just keep fiddling. But basically, I would get good with a character, then all of a sudden it'd get nerfed. Like, oh, and I have to get good with another character again because this one's not viable. See you later, Mike. Yep, I guess we're going back. We got the Shadow Key, but we still need another key. Dragon Ball Fighter Z was the issue. Android 16 used to be the tank, but now he plays like everyone else, but he's slower. Problem with Overwatch is that they try to balance it for comp players. You're right, they actually focus on... Well, didn't the Overwatch League recently shut down? But yeah, they would actually balance it for the esport aspect, and not the people just playing it as regular people do. I don't know why they went that direction at all. They could... didn't they even... I thought they eventually tried to have like a version specifically for competitions and then like the regular version too. Or was that in my imagination? Hey, maybe Hearthstone's still good. I haven't played that in a while. That was also, well, it's a card game. I guess card games are the one thing they're allowed to have the random chance without you bitching about it. Do companies still try to pull the esports crowd, or has that gone? Well, some people still try to. But they mainly try to do they're all chasing the battle royale dream right now. There's actually a pirate themed battle royale game out that just came out recently. I'm thinking of taking a look at. Your friend who Still plays Yu-Gi-Oh! Competitively. Message you every 6 months about a bunch of rule changes. I wouldn't think you'd be able to change rules that quickly for an actual non-digital card game. It's like it'd be hard to keep up with. Where do I want to go? I need to go use the lock first. At least the deck didn't realize how broken it was, banned every card, unbanned them, and then had to read me out. Imagine that. I think that's a problem with a lot of the actual card games. There's a reason why usually after a couple of years, all the previous cards are no longer allowed to be used in like tournament play. Have I seen the backlash from the last PS4 update? I have not. What'd they do to the PS4? Was it a UI change or something? I know there's been some backlash to the Sony changing the standard XO enter and cancel command prompt from Japan to the standard that everyone else uses. Your voice can now be recorded in party chat. You mean by other players? Or is it Sony doing the Alexa thing? Or the your digital assistant is always on. All right. Player can report you, and if Sony rep deems your speech intolerant, they will ban you? Okay. I mean, I have to see proof of these claims. This is kind of those things that you can hear that one person will mention and they'll have nothing to back it up. That sounds pretty extreme. Always expect hard proof and evidence, chat. Always, for every single claim, no matter what it is. The more angry you get over it, always stop and remind yourself, hey, I need good, solid evidence before I let myself get angry over this. Be cautious and and confirm it, but look for that and the actual facts first, where you'll let the emotions rise up. Sony confirmed it, but apologized for the confusion. Is it something they're canceling now because everyone's mad? All right, we still need the other key. I don't know where it is. Only multiplayer that you played for the first time is Among Us. Hey, that's a safe one to play. Good one, too. It's an impressive pillar. Very impressive shaft. I'm still amazed that it wasn't Among Us released like earlier this year on mobile and no one played it, and then it just came out on PC and everyone took it up or something along those lines? It was kind of like obscure before it came out on PC. It was released in 2000. Oh wow, that game's been around for a lot longer than I thought. It's weird how it just took off all of a sudden though. But it was a mobile game, right? Before all the controls of that game are basically mobile with on-screen touch buttons. bet they're kicking themselves for not releasing that on PC originally now. But who knows, maybe they released it on PC back in 2018 and wouldn't have gained the success it has now. Sometimes timing is all the most important aspect. That might be one of those games we can classify as a COVID success. Everyone's staying home, they need people to talk to, and they need people to blame. So here's a video game that does exactly that. Are there any... I'm curious, is anyone... now that Among Us is so popular, have all the clone games on mobile started popping up? That has to be a thing, right? That's a very easy game to clone. So there has to be like a bunch of like really cheap clones of it already out there. Guys, I found this new cool game called Among Them. Let's play. Have I seen Symbiotic Titan? I have not. Not yet, really? Man, they're getting lazy, the cloners. Usually like within like days of a game getting popular, there's a clone of it. And then there's like 30 clones of it. Few games have a similar concept already exists. Yeah, technically, there's a game called Project Winter that's actually a far more technical version of Among Us on PC that you can play. Among Us isn't a new. Yeah, it's definitely not a new concept. Like, you know, board games have been using that kind of gameplay for a long time. There's plenty of board games out there that are built like that. I'm not sure where I need to go. I still need to get another key, and I don't know where it's at. I've explored that entire area there, so I know it's not up there. Floating Kittens board game. That's a thing. Maybe if I go out and try this door here again. Something. Maybe I can get through. Mousetrap is easily the worst board game you've ever played. I remember the commercials for that. I never played it though, because y'all wasn't really into board games then. But there were some really crappy, you know, kids board games though in the 90s. I can tell you this though. I wanted to play Crossfire so goddamn bad because of the commercials were just so freaking awesome. Hey, he's naked. Crossfire, you'll get caught up in the crossfire. That commercial was just put your testicles drop when you watched it. It was so goddamn cool, and I never got to play it because it was expensive as hell. It was like a rich kid's board game. Maybe I should like go on eBay and like get a. Oh, maybe I should actually go on eBay and find a game of Crossfire. Like make a do a let's play of that on the channel. I'm making a note of that. I might do that. That is something I might actually do, chat. Someone go on eBay and look at the Crossfire game and see how much they cost. I'm gonna guess they probably are not cheap. Everyone save up for Crossfire. You know, well, no, I'm pretty sure I can afford it if I really wanted to get it. Tried pushing on the entrance door, but it's held by something that won't budge. Countless handprints on the door. Emma's 100, and someone says, see a 30, a 40, 26, and then someone with 123. Target sells them for 30 bucks. Well, they're still being sold naturally. I thought they were like gone out of like production. It's really just a game of like, you know, versus pinball almost, but might have to do that. That might make for a good one. There might maybe just have like a 90s board game stream. Or a radical games. I really don't know where to go. Let me look through my notes. Thank you, Chad, for looking it up, though. We're getting a very big range of prices, though. Crossfire was actually just re-released. You can get a copy at Target. I might want to get the classic Crossfire, though. Amazon has the original version, thus the stupidly high price. Plus, it's Canadian, so subtract about 25 bucks. Wait. Kurosawa Map House. Map of the Kurosawa house. It points out the exit. $560. Jesus, what is with these price ranges Chad is finding? No, I'm not talking about a PC game. It's an actual board. It's a game you sit on a table and play. It's not digital at all. 30 bucks. I might have to get one of those. I just like the song. Crossfire, you'll get caught up in the crossfire. You go on YouTube and, like, watch it. Actually, wait a second. $2.4 million views on this commercial.
The ultimate challenge. Crossfire. Crossfire. You get caught. Crossfire. Crossfire. You get caught.
So metal. They're so cool. They got leather jackets. No, chat, I can't see. I'm not showing it.
Crossfire. You'll get caught up in it.
Caught up in it, chat. Famous advertisement. They wore leather jackets and they had slick back hair, and they had other kids cheering them on. So maybe this is what I need to look for, this secret entrance or exit. So it's a bunch of stairwells, and there's like a room over there. I never did listen to that crystal I got either. I just jogged chat's nostalgia with that commercial playing, by the way. The sad thing is that commercial will probably get the VOD copyright claimed on YouTube now when it goes up on it.
Destiny. Yai, we promised that we would always be together. Why?
Next, I'll play Hungry Hungry Hippos for you, chat. That's a classic. Or the Wacky Doctors game, Operation. Operation. I don't know why I'm remembering going on a board game binge right now. Wait, the key the twin girls gave me must be for the side door of the house. Key for the cell must be in another house, according to the map. Key is hidden in a cave under the Osaka house. Maybe this is the cellar in the passage. Maybe this is the cellar in the passageway that I read about. Give me a map. It shows a side door. They said that the hidden ceremony is near. Escape out the side door during the night. See if we can find this place on my actual game map. What's up, Cut Stupid? How's it going? Pretty sure that's the side door, but I couldn't get into it. A room over there. Yeah, that's the cell room over there. That's what we need to do. We need to get our butt down here. We need to find our way into that. But there's stairs that lead down into it, so maybe I go back in there and go upstairs and then come down. Oh, Kate, are you joining us again tonight? How's it going? Taking a small break from editing to say, hey, this game, it seems ominous. Yeah, we're playing spooky games all month. I'm going to be playing Amnesia soon, just like you, too. And then maybe Silent Hill 1. We'll see. But, hope the video is going well as well. Chat really enjoyed the stream last night, too. By the way. Right now, we're discussing board games that I want to play again for some reason that I never got to play. I don't know even how that came up, but we watched Crossfire commercials. Now, I'm also just, horribly lost. Yeah. Gotta be stairs. I went the wrong way. Moo Queen? They're giving you weird nicknames, Kate. Is it weird that even though Cyberpunk open world is going to probably be very unique and non-generic, you kind of want some generic elements like collections and some kind of district missions? Hey, you like what you like. I'm not going to judge. There'll probably be collection stuff in it, don't worry. Every open world game gets that. It's so easy to get lost. Okay, we need to go down this hallway and go into the big room, I think. Did you do the book puzzle yet? It's a room with I did go to that room and I didn't find a puzzle in there, though. I just read a bunch of books. I didn't see a puzzle in there to do. But that probably is where the other key is, isn't it? Where was that at, though? There was that message that something dropped behind the boards, though. Maybe something changed in there. If I can just find it again. Did I play Clue? No, I didn't play board games. The only board game I ever played was Monopoly. The one that just turns you against your friends and family. Don't think you had all the right books yet. There's a lot where you can insert the book. I've never picked up a book. So many waifus. Oh, waifus? Sure. Why not? They can be waifus, just, I think they're underage, though, so maybe don't make that joke. FBI, this comment right over here. There are some empty bookshelves. Okay, I never saw this. Over the Buddha statue, writing is inscribed into the wood. Engrave the crimson butterfly to seal up asterisks. If there is no sacrifice, repent with kusabe. Oh, you're right, I never did this puzzle. I guess how the... yeah, you gotta get the right order. I'm welcome. Well, thank you. Thank you for the smart person idea. You'd like to formally apologize for... Oh, no, you're fine. Chat gets way creepier than that. And you didn't know. Trust me, my chat is nothing but heathens and full of weebs. But, yeah. Degenerate, they're proud degenerates, though. The disaster tome last. Maybe the twin tome goes first. I'm just guessing at this, by the way. Read the text again, please. Engrave the crimson butterfly to seal up asterisks. If there is no sacrifice, repent. Okay. Engrave, okay, crimson butterfly book is first. To seal up the asterisk book. There is no sacrifice, repent with kusabe. I'm seeing that thing now. The last one is... the kusabe was the ritual. Right, crimson book is first. I think the doom book is the asterisk one. Or something. There's no sacrifice, repent with kusabe. I'm learning Japanese, chat. Don't worry. I think that's the first. I think the first and last one are correct, though. You guess you'll just sweep that away. You don't worry. Everyone gets a pass pick, Kate. Everyone gets their dirty jokes here in my chat. I make half of them myself. So read the text. The Doom one. It should be next. Read book. Crimson sacrifice ritual. The shrine means become one again. They become a deity and appease the asterisks. Okay, no. Did you just hear a babe? Oof. Chad, don't get creepy on me. All right, you're gonna make things awkward. Okay, maybe taboo is the next one. There is no sacrifice. Okay, the twin one is the middle one, I think. Inside the shrine mains become one again. They become a deity. Then yeah, that's the middle one. There is no sacrifice. Repent. Those who heed are turned harsh by that. What about that one? Ritual is not performed, the axe will open, darkness will spread over the land. This is repentance, okay, we got it. And this one will be the last one. You heard something unlocked behind the bookshelves! I did it! Smart person mode activated. Dartigan is taboo time, you say, huh? Alright, Chad, you can now clap. I know you're waiting with bated breath. Everyone take a sip of tea if you got it. Hana-san can quietly leave now. No, don't you sit your butt right back down in that seat and you stay there. He fell from the statue's hand. Okay, we have both keys now. We can open the cell door.
You? Never mind.
I know there's a ghost coming for me after I got it. Standard horror game tropes mean once you get item, ghosts attack. Or whatever, it will attack you. I've locked the doors, none of you are leaving. I need to go back downstairs now. Let's save first, though. play The Way of the Samurai. Way of the Samurai. I don't think I've ever heard of that game. I do know that the recent Samurai game got a multiplayer update. That might be worth taking a look at some point. Ghost of Tsushima, that is. You don't have a job? Used to clean in the building that I am living now, but I gave it to a neighbor that needed to find a job. Well, it's very sweet of you. Hopefully you can find something to, you know, get back on your feet. I'm getting lost again and again. Not that way, not that way. This way, I must be correct then. Way of the... Okay, there's a bunch of Way of the Samurai games. Chats want me to play every video game again. Don't worry, I'll get on that next week. I am completely turned around, aren't I? Yeah, I am. Completely wrong floor, wrong building. Play Persona 5. I knew that one was coming. I knew it. I knew someone was going to mention the curse game. I haven't seen you offer up that, 10 million Mu coin yet. You haven't earned the right to demand that of me. You know the price, and so do I. Down the steps we go. What's my opinion on Persona 5? Seems like an okay game, but just way too goddamn long for me to deal with. Don't worry, guys. Eventually, Dartigan will have no choice but to send P5. We have to be patient. How did I get so turned around? Where am I? How do I get back over there? I think it's this way, right? Yeah. Now we get back over to this hallway over here and get to the other side of the room. Longer the game, the more the chat likes. Sometimes. Depends on the game. P5, yeah, P5 would take me a long time. That's the reason I'm just not doing it. Or at least, eventually I'll get around to it, as I've explained many times. Eventually I'm going to have to put together an FAQ on Persona 5. Have I played Persona 5? No, I have not played Persona 5. Also, Kosanalia, thank you for your tier 1 sub. 22-month streak. Hello, it's been a while. How have I been? I've been good. How have you been, Kosanalia? What have you been up to? Hope you've been, busy improving every facet of your life. I think that word was actually facet of your life, but I said faucet. Yes, I hope you've been improving all the faucets in your home. Those are, don't forget the home maintenance is important, chat. Am I where I need to be now? Almost. You were gonna make fun of the way I said it? Yeah, but I beat you to it. You gotta be snappier. Comedy's all about timing. And I will make fun of myself before I'll let anyone else do it. Can't see past this cheesecloth. Oh! You're not the friendly kind of ghost that I can just take a shot of, are you? Been doing some home maintenance today. I can just call my landlord for that one. I do have something that needs to be done. Beta ghost is what you are. Absolute beta of a ghost. Wisdom teeth damage the root of the next one, so no wisdom teeth issues. A lot of people having those right now, I know. Have I ever played My Friend Pedro? I have not. I meant to play that, but I have never got around to it.
If it was to come to this, we should have done the ritual.
You're possessed by the dead girl, aren't you? Hey, that was autocorrect. Dartigan just sucks at English. No, I intentionally make my English the way it should be said. Need twin keys, I get you. I get your symbolism.
I knew.
And one key is light and one is shadow. I also get that symbolism too. I'm a smart gamer. On the table, lit faintly by the paper shade lamp, there is some red-stained writing paper. Beneath the table, there's a Japanese girl doll looking this way. I invented Moonglish. I like that name. That's a good language name. What about the Chi Blade?
In the Osaka house.
That should count. That took his photo. Oh, it's a long one. As expected, the jailer won't tell me anything, won't even say a word. As a total reversal of the treatment I got when I came to the village. I guess this was the real reason I was invited to the village. The cell is also used to store documents. I was able to find several important manuscripts. I can continue my research, but I doubt anyone will ever see it. Hellish Abyss. It is unclear how long this hole that connects our world to the underworld has existed. They say that if the cover to it is opened, it will cause a terrible disaster. This is the origin of the gate to hell. Folktale. As a taboo word, it is often represented in other texts as an asterisk. The suffering of the sacrifice is used to seal the hellish abyss. The mourners. They are the guardians of the hellish abyss and are the only ones that can get near it. When the year of the ceremony comes, the mourners sew their eyes shut so they cannot glimpse the hellish abyss. Criminals and anyone that has seen the hellish abyss are also forced to become mourners. Afterwards, they live underground, never returning to the surface. What can be so bad about looking at this? What can be so bad that looking at it is forbidden? Alright. Sip. Ugh. Good news, you lost more weight. How much did you lose, Goat? What's your goal, too? I congratulate you, by the way. Good job. Oh, Kosanaya, thank you for the 5 gift subs, man. Hope everyone, if you get a gift sub from Kosanaya chat, be sure to give me your thanks. Congrats, but once again, congrats for losing the weight. Proud of you. I believe in you. You can lose it. You can hit that goals, whatever they may be. My tea's trying to fight its way out. Inside of the tree is... The inside of the tree is hollow. What tree? Alright, that's the way out on the bottom floor now. Osaka house map. A key and an old map were jammed inside. Put the old map in your file. All this week, I've been rewatching cartoons from your childhood. I'm on Symbionic Titan. Next is Reboot. I never watched or heard of Symbionic Titan. Reboot I've heard of, though. Here's both the protectors of village history and there's research folklorist. Something about a tree, but I see no tree. Alright, we can open that door in the basement now. Map of Osaka House. There's a mark inside one of the walls. Okay, I don't think I've been to Osaka House yet, have I? Yeah, I'm in the Kurosawa house right now, so we need to leave this. Poor artist gang.
Come on, let's get out of here. Mayu! No, it won't open. What do we do? There should be a key somewhere. I'll go look for it. Wait here, okay? No, don't go! Stay with me. Mayu. I'll be right back. You just promised!
Okay, we'll stay here and both die together then,
Please.
and you can be happy.
Don't leave me.
What logic is that? Oh, she's guilt tripping me. And that's how she hurt her knee. Why are two very young girls running through a forest path all by themselves? Why is that a thing? Adult supervision is required here.
Sorry.
That's right, Dex.
Don't leave me anymore. I'll be right back. I really will. Wait just a minute, okay?
Dearest sister, are you leaving me again?
Say it again, skank. Everyone should let their kids run by themselves in a forest, exactly. He should be around here somewhere. This is definitely the location of the key according to the map. Map says Osaka House, the key should be there. My cat won't stop pestering me. Think Mayu's possessed? It seems that way, doesn't it?
Stay with me. Mia.
Tried calling, but there was no answer. Better hurry up and get the keys.
I don't want to be alone. Yai. You broke your...
Trying to control this in first person is a nightmare, by the way.
Don't go. Please don't leave me here.
And find Mayu. Hold on a second, chat. Itchy eyes. Would you allow my kids to run to a forest? You know, as long as I'm there, sure, why not? But not one next to a cliff either. On the 29th of this year, it'll be a year since you started working out and you've lost a total of 38 pounds. In terms of goals, I don't have a weight I am trying to reach anymore. You're just, trying to get healthy. But I'm glad you managed that, man. That's really good. Congrats. Big congrats, in fact. I knew they'd do the ring thing eventually. There was no way they were gonna leave that on the table. Come on. Pose for me. quicker reflexes. Oh. Back me into a corner. Very weird camera angle I've got going on. Ah. Do a power shot on it. Just kill. Don't know why I feel like a badass. I'm just snapping photos. You fight ghosts. Yeah, you have a spiritual exorcism camera. You take photos of them. It's basically taking the idea of like the old ghost photographs that used to be a thing and make it into a gameplay mechanic. It's actually kind of clever when you think about it. Alright, we got another Waba. Put it into that. 18,000 points. I'm going to save up. I want to level up, maybe range to max.
I want to see Itsuki. And say I'm sorry. It's all our fault. If we hadn't run away.
Needs Resident Evil 1 dialogue. More games do, don't they? The treasure. What is a chrysal barrel? I don't know. I think this is like alchemy stuff. Whereas like, well, some of this real, like fluorite and argonite. But then you got things like green crystal, chrysoberyl, moonstone. Maybe they're just gemstone names.
The ritual has failed. Why did Yabe run? Why did she not come back? She had. It will not work without twins. Miss Sane. The repentance.
How many of these do you think go in your Thanos' gauntlet? Oh, that was a nut if I ever heard one.
The Kusabi. The Kusabi is coming. Help me. The ritual was
It's a bad idea to watch this stream alone in your darkened room. Is it really that intense? Is my voice not calming and soothing?
So this is the repentance. The village will be.
Well, I learned a lot. I was hoping maybe these would like give you answers to puzzles sometimes. Doesn't seem like it works that way. Ghost Coombe, chat. We've already finished Prey. We gotta, leave that joke behind us. That's called ectoplasm, by the way. He slimed me. Get me the hell out of here. Open it up. Thank you. Gotta go, pillage someone else's house now. Flashlight came on. But it wouldn't come on in the house. Okie dokie, so let's go to the neighbor's house. Ectoplasm like in South Park? No, like in Ghostbusters. I know I just saved, but I'm doing it again. Right, so yeah, we leave here and go over across the street, I think. What a mansion! One more time. Hey, what about that creepy, the kid that's locked in a house somewhere? Is he ever gonna come into play again? Here. Ready. And it's gone. Village. Kiryu house. I think it's the Osaka house I needed to go into, right? Yeah, it's the Osaka house. There's something hidden there. Does the Pakistani GameCube work with PS2 games as well? Yes. PS2 games, GameCube games, even original Xbox games. Is it really good for anything? And PS1 games. Good for that entire generation. It's great technology. Never brought stateside. Hidden ghost here somewhere. I don't know where it is though. There you be. No, yours a fight ghost, and I've already fought you before. Not wasting film. Feels like I've been in there forever. So where are we going? Okay, we need to go across the street, back over here to the Osaka house. It's actually the first house I think we were in. Nice backtracking, by the way. Good pumpkin haul on your island in Animal Crossing, huh? Congrats. How much of those sell for? Oh, there's a ghost up there. See it. You know, this game would work better as Pokemon Snap. This one's enterable, is it? Maybe later. Going that way. It's fine, it's fine. So, who else, does anyone actually find this game scary, by the way?
It's our fault.
I think I've just played too many of these games. She's going to the storehouse, right? Maybe I should follow her briefly. Find this scary back in 2000. Is that really when this game came out? 2003?
We should have done the ritual.
Only the radio recordings and more like disturbing, to be honest. Those a little bit more in that way. Butterfly diary. Yay, why did you leave by yourself? It's our fault that this is happening to Itsuki. You promised we'd always be together. Fluorite. I've just played way too many of these games, so I know how they work now.
Come back now. Don't leave me alone. Park here. I don't want to be.
Oh, your sister-in-law's son sold all of her Animal Crossing stuff. Oh, the little bastard. Can't play Resident Evil by yourself, but do fine with someone with you. Then you can make jokes about it, probably, too. Some people are like that. When you have someone near you, you have no issue whatsoever. Seems to be locked. Can't get in there. Can't just keep throwing your toy for you, Dex. You got to learn how to throw things for yourself. Alright, we gotta find ourselves a key in here. I think it's actually just right over here, isn't it? In that hallway? The dirt floor hallway? Yeah, it's in the dirt floor. It's in the room next to that, but it's right there. Let's go. Look here, and then we go in this room. There'll be something in here we can find. We're not very creative at naming our photographs, are we? Fine. This is where the game said the key is hidden here in this shrine. The ghost was my hint to go to the storehouse. Oh, that guy took it to the storehouse. I was just at the storehouse, though. It was locked still. I guess he grabbed the key and didn't, you know, do what he... I don't know. But it used to be here. Alright, we'll leave and go to the storehouse again. Yeah, backtracking isn't scary, I just want to point that out. Padding, it most certainly is. There's really no reason to make you leave your sister there to go get a key in another building you've already been through. Other than like, that'll help increase that game time by about another 20 minutes maybe. Take this opportunity to save.
Come here, Yae.
You know, we could correct him and tell him that's not our name. Cell key, I think they keep it at the Osaka house. Break the pinwheel seal to get to the basement of that house. Search the family altar, it has some kind of mechanism. Make all 4 sections of the pinwheel the same color, that'll open the underground door.
Don't give up. We can get out.
My good old trap boy. Dante? Young Dante, chat. Or Virgil, whichever one you want it to be. You know, I take it back, that's 3 games involving twins I played over the past month. Because I kind of forgot that Dante and Virgil are twins. How'd that work out? I played all the twin games in 1 month. Thank you, game, for reminding me of that. Not you to start DMC talk? Well, not this time, yeah. You're not to blame. But I was talking about twin games I played earlier this month, and I then realized that, wait a minute, Devil May Cry game is one of the twin games. Twins are scary. What if you have ginger twins? You know, this game is kind of making me want to, like, play the Shenmue series at some point. Gain more culture. Okay, we're back here. Now break something. 5 pinwheel stone tablets in the small door behind the family altar and unlocking them. Oh god, it's another goddamn slide puzzle. You gotta do it. So you gotta make them all red, wasn't it? Or something? Do you recall what the direction was again? Make them all the same color or make them all red? All the wings touching the center have to be the same color. Okay. Which color would that be? Well, it can only be red then, if it's that, because, you know, it has to be red. Red's the only one that appears in all 4 circles. So what does the center one have to be? Of course, it's going to do it that way. It's going to do me dirty. Only just a certain number of times after inserting the crest. Means they have to touch the same color? Oh, okay. Ugh. Almost right. Where did the moo originate from? Metal Gear Solid 4, my friend. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. And I was one off. I'll get it eventually. I think I'm close, actually. This one... I need the red and blue are the easier ones to get. I just needed to line up with that. I think, if I turn this again, blue will be facing that way, the red will be facing that way, green will... Okay, I think I got it. Oh, there we go. You heard something unlock from the wall next to the family altar. Maybe it's behind it, on the outside wall. Okay, it wasn't that bad. Could have been worse. This is pretty fun helping you out. Oh, well, thank you. I'm glad you're finding your own enjoyment in my stupidity. Okay, no, it wasn't on this outside wall. Playing Devil May Cry 4, and one thing is for a fact, fuck the Savior boss with a... Which one is the Savior boss, the big statue guy, or the old man at the end of it? The one where you have to do like the jumpy ball things to get to him. Where's my key? I just did the puzzle. Wait, that's it? No, it's not it. Been a fun mental exercise trying to remember how to do this game from memory? I'd imagine so. Sorry if I'm frustrating the hell out of people who've played it before. Did it not say the wall next to the thing? Go back outside again. Oh, nothing over here either. Examine the wall next to the altar and it will open. I've been jamming that examine button. I'm doing it along this entire stretch of the wall. Alright. Chad, tell me what I'm missing here. For anyone who knows. What about the sister? She's locked up. We're trying to save her. Look for the kneeling statue. So it's not even in this room? What's up, Thunderchew? How you doing? It's over here then. That was a Doom Eternal reference. Sorry. Why are you making that random nonsense? I happen to have an extra arm. What do you... Why do you ask? I'm curious about the reason why you'd want to know. Rude. Oh, I'm missing... Okay, your joke was lame, by the way, but I get what you're saying now. At least you acknowledge it yourself. I'm just, in frustration mode, like, stupid. You're supposed to just give me the, the item once I solve puzzle. I've already picked out the film reel. It just appeared here for a reason. Alarm. This function is equipped with sounds that tone to warn you of the exact fatal frame moment, huh? Game is creepy as fuck, you say? Horror games don't really work on me. So it's a normal game to me. Did you get the light and shadow key? I've already done that. We're trying to get our sister unlocked from a jail cell, and we need the key that's here, but I did the puzzle, but I haven't been given a key. I guess maybe I go upstairs, then I'm running out of rooms to check. Did I go down? I just now came from going down the stairs. Now I'm going to go up some stairs. Did I try using the magic words? No, now chat, you're just trolling. I understand your reasons. Peking kid. Am I in the Tachibana house? No, I'm in the house where I had to solve the puzzle, the pinwheel puzzle to get the key. It's where the map told me to go. I don't know the name of it. Let me check real quick. I'm pretty sure it's whatever it's called. No, I'm in the Osaka house. It's where the map had the X on it for getting the key. That's where I did the puzzle out on the X. Chad is desperately trying to find where I'm at in the game fact they're reading. Did I fight the sister ghost? No, now you're actually spoiling stuff, so be careful. I just want my silk key. May you see my map again? Yeah, like right there was where the puzzle was at, and then I checked that entire room for anything that would give me my key, but nothing would give it to me. What key are we looking for? The cell key. For my sister, to get my sister unlocked. And getting the puzzle was supposed to give it to me. Did I find any Japanese doll pictures? Yeah, that's been done a while ago. As a puzzle for that. Wish I could read that text again, whatever it said. After I solved the altar puzzle, I haven't been given anything else other since that, no. It just said to check the wall next to the altar. And I've been... Are you... What? Oh. It's like... There's... I've been mashing that button up and down that again and again. I went along the entire wall spamming the button and nothing happened. Alright, now we're on track. That was really dumb. Well, I got... That's like my Bigfoot picture. I got the back of his heel as he walks around. Something is shining in the doll's shadow. Redhead Knight. Sorry for the potential spoilers, it's fine.
Please, find me. I don't want home. I'm here. I'm here. Somebody.
Yeah. Buddha statues, item. Collecting light, stone mirror. Okay. Oh, well. I can only carry one stone mirror at a time, I see. Body, I don't see a body. Is it weird that you're hoping you would be able to kill kids in Cyberpunk? I'm not really sure. Depends on what your reasons for wanting to do that are, and I doubt you'll be able to. If you've seen any of the trailers, you don't see any kid characters, and that's usually for the reason. You can see large space beyond the rocks. This underground passage must lead to someplace else, too. And you can't step over those, can you? Yup. You have a deaf ghost. Oh, thank you. You're a psycho? Okay. Hate that it's taboo. There's some games that let you do it. But, not really a big difference. You're still killing an NPC. Film reel. You said you're not a psycho. Okay, I read that wrong then. Oh, you attack fast when you get attacked, I see. Oof. He doesn't stop attacking either. Get the hell out of here. I got film reel. I need to recall where the projector was at now. Was it upstairs? Was it in, or was it in a different house? Can't recall. You have to defeat him? It didn't seem like I have to defeat him. Let me leave pretty easily. Unless that's some, like, good ending stuff you gotta do. He drops the rusty key. I already got the rusty key. Rusty key. A rusty old key, you can use it to open Mayu's cell. Where's the projector at? Does anyone remember? Was it in this house or another one? I don't think it's in this house. Would have found it by now. He despawned too. That's one way to beat him. Don't go back down. You're done in there. Oh. Victor Tommy room, deluxe Tatami room, family altar room, kimono room, entrance room, servant room, study, guest room, guest room. Okay, none of these had the projector in them, I don't think. Staying high right now to your Civ game, but still here. Hey, who are you playing as in Civ? Greatest spooky atmosphere. There was a remake. Yeah, this is one of those kind of. Well, this game still gets new games. They had a new game on the Wii. Well, the series had a new game on the Wii U. I don't think anyone played it though, and I don't think that it was as good as previous games neither. All right, so we got a rusty key. With that, we can save our sys, and I got a projector too. I don't remember where the projector room is at though. Maybe it was in the Kiryu house. You'll find the projector later. No, there was a projector I found earlier in the game. Game gave you nightmares back in the day? How you handling it now? Shit. God, this control scheme sometimes really screws me over. Yeah, fatal frame for the... Oh, there's a 3DS fatal frame. I didn't realize that. But that makes sense, actually. How close am I to the end of this game, by the way? Do I have one more stream out of it? It's locked. There are 9-ish chapters. What chapter am I on again? So we might have still a good amount left to do then. Where is this? Did I come here before? I'm near the end of the 5th, so it looks like we'll have another stream out of it. I don't think I ever came up here before. Probably why. You love rural Japanese villages. You're a little sad you miss your Ghost of Tsushima stream. I mean, they're still there to watch on the archive channel if you want to see them. Sorry you missed them, but I might end up playing the multiplayer update that just happened to it. Because, you know, if I can find someone to play with. Don't know if I'd want to play with randos or not. Maybe I'd play with randos if I can. Oh, here's a projector. I knew there was one somewhere. You'd be down to play a bass? I'll consider that. I'll put all the names in a hat or something. Isn't that interesting of a film? Well, This person was clearly playing Outlast. Guess there's gonna be more film to take later. Let's take my film. Yes. You can leave it and then take it again. And then leave. Outlast is just blood everywhere. Outlast does rely a lot on gore. And jump scares. And just hiding a lot in closets. But hey, isn't like I think the Outlast 3 that got announced is like a co-op horror game, actually. That could be interesting. At least that's what I got from the brief trailer we saw of it. Remember the diaper Kickstarter Outlast tried to do? Wait, I'm sorry, what? They tried to do a diaper Kickstarter? That's news to me, my friend. I don't think I ever tried to go through that door there. Do I want to play Baldur's Gate 3 with my friends? Maybe, I don't know. I would probably, I'd like to play Baldur's Gate 3, but I'm not sure if I want to wait a bit longer to see if it gets more, you know, for it to receive more development first. Because it's still very early access at this point. And I'd rather play have a cleaner experience. Yeah, I don't remember the diaper thing. You play Outlast game with diapers connected to your senses. So what, did it detect if you peed yourself? That is some dumb marketing if so. Also, Fluffman, Phil, thank you for your 5 months. Currently on a 5-month streak. Drowned woman. Oh, well, thank you, Strine. Make sure anything you get, it's super cheap, because that's how I like my gifts. Diaper was for if you shit yourself when playing, so I'm guessing that didn't get funded, right? I hope it didn't. It ain't that scary of a game. Go get our sis out of prison. Flashlight went out. Hey, that's not the worst video game marketing I've ever heard of, though. I mean, when Acclaim was still a thing, they would have some weird-ass ideas, coked-out ideas, on how to, hold on a second, how to market their games. Like, they had a marketing campaign where if you name your child Turok, you'd get, like, a bunch of money. Think about that. Yeah, name your child an embarrassing name that will shame them for the rest of their life for money. That was a real thing that they tried to do. Won't let me through without killing these guys, will it? They do some serious damage now. Use my good film. I won with my super blast, but well, this is really annoying. Just kind of picture me being punched in the face. That's they can combo you like that is some bullshit. That didn't count. He's dead. Didn't mean to waste a shot. I need to switch off my good, high quality film. Type 0. Special film, highest exorcism power, but loads slow. Remember that one for later. That's like my Magnum ammo. Grid Dart Ghost of Tsushima did the feudal Japan story much better. Oh, thank you. Am I using a gamepad for this? I'm using a gamepad since this is, not a game that was made for keyboard and mouse, and I'm also playing on my Pakistani GameCube, so I couldn't even use that otherwise. So I'm guessing those, blind ghosts are the mourners, the ones that they said were like blind to themselves, so they couldn't see the gate to darkness or whatever it was called. All right, you're not there anymore, are you? Can't see Mayu from the window. Maybe she's in the back of the cell. Mayu's note. Something is written on the wall. It says, run and... Are you going to leave me again in Japanese? An old piece of paper is on the table. Something is written on it. Itsuki, I'm so sorry. I want to see you again and tell you how sorry I am. I'm sorry about Chitose, too. Looks like Mayu's writing. But Mayu's not in your file. White-haired boy. It's an old photo underneath the note. White-haired boy photo in your... Okay, go see him next.
You two go on by yourselves. Don't look back.
Oh, it's a parallel. You see, she also slipped and fell. And they caught her.
Left our sister to die.
Yai will come back for me. She will.
Hmm.
Itsuki. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
How did you get out of the cell, girl? Why is it black and white? Spookiness, that's why. I think we need to go see the boy in the cell, correct? Next horror game I send should be Hunt Down the Freeman. No, you. It's not even a horror game, it's just a bad game. There's a strong difference. Now, the moral of this game is never get more than 10 feet away from your sister, or you're a bad, horrible person. They'll always fall off a cliff. Am I going to stream Outlast? The first Outlast? I don't have any plans to do it right now. Might be something I go back and do eventually. I never did play the DLC for Outlast 1. Which I hear was actually better than the main game. I think either go follow the butterflies to wherever the ghost thing is, or go to see white-haired kid. Either one. I think we're done with that place for now, or forever. You know, I'd like to visit Japan at some point. And not like just visit Tokyo, like actually the more rural places where you have like this kind of stuff. It always seemed, you know, interesting to me. Stay away from the weeb zones, go to the actual cultural zones. You feel creepy watching children in this game. Well, hey, there's actually a horror game out there where you actually play as a baby. I actually Let's Played it too on my channel. If you scroll down far enough, you'll find it. You'd like to visit the hidden Christian sites in Japan. Oh, that's actually some good history there, actually. Among the Sleep, exactly that one. Not exactly a great horror game by any stretch of the imagination. Corridor woman. It had a cute concept, yeah, but the ending was so entirely predictable that it's like, eh. Food gift card for Xmas? I don't know what major food chains are. There aren't really, I don't think there's really, there's like Walmarts where I live. There isn't any like specialty food place. Oh, wrong door, I need to go upstairs. Film room. But food is always a good idea for a gift. I actually, one of my go-to gift ideas for people when I can't come up with anything is to get them truffle salt, actually, believe it or not. Give people truffle salt, they'll be happy because they're like, oh, this is fancy. Most people have never had truffle salt either, it's good stuff. Put a dash of it on. You put truffle salt on your popcorn, that's some good eating. Didn't Mayo go through here? You'll have to find some other way in. Okay, go see white-haired Dante. Oh, hello, you were there. Your mom loves Himalayan salt. There's really no difference in Himalayan salt and regular salt, though. It's just a coloration. People just convince themselves that it's like something different. And somehow better. And that counted. Oh. Boosts are doing a lot more damage these days. Yo, chat, I want to come up with gamer salt. Actual gamer salt you can put on your food. No one, I don't think anyone's tried that yet. That can be my product. Not actually produced by gamers' bodies, by the way. It's just gonna be salt, marketed to gamers. See, that's basically what you do. You take any normal product and just put the right colors and name on it, and just market it to the gamers. I will actually just take
The twins are connected by heaven and earth. If
Beacon.
heaven is the roofed passageway, then earth must be underground.
It'll be a gamer salt for all your gamer sandwiches. Try gamer feet. Just sell pics of my feet. I've mentioned before, my feet are perfect, and they could earn money. Just wrap some LED strips around them before I end. Wow, there's actually a foot emote someone made, correct? That's amazing. You'd be surprised how much money is in that business. With feet, the more, fetishes, there's always good money in the fetish business. You'd be surprised how much, furry artists make, apparently. Like, furries will pay good top dollar for their filth. Dante.
Yai, can we still save her?
You're not alive, are you? I'm beginning to feel you're a ghost who just has a human form. Ai's gone. She might have gone to my house. Dreaming, huh? My house will be locked for the purification ceremony. You'll have to go through the Kiryu house. Use the bridge that connects the twin houses.
Yai, both of you need to leave this village. We can't keep letting them perform that ritual.
Oh, cool. I just came from there. The door's locked. Unlock the Kiryu house mechanism to get underground. I should be there when you get to the Tachibana house. Yeah, you have to hurry or you won't make it. Go now.
Yai, I don't want the same thing to happen to you as did to me. Please, run away.
Can I send Warcraft 3? Highly doubtful. That goes for pretty much any RTS game. No, Chad, we're getting into that era of the year where you just, you begin to notice that your heat isn't on. Because you haven't had it on all year, and it's feeling slightly chilly. At some point we'll get a key to unlock this and find out the truth. Yeah, I'm trying to... Need to get into the Tachibana house. Something like that. I'm not really sure. Play Remothered, it'll only take you one night. I've seen that that game did not get good reviews. It's basically like trying to be like something similar to that horror scissor game or whatever it was called, Clock Tower. It's never really interested me that much. Oh, I see. Ghost walks in, door unlocks. Or maybe not. Never did get into the shrine either, did I? Am I still going to play Overwatch 2? I'll probably give it a play when it comes out, actually. Hey, see you later, Pop. Have a great night. Thanks for being with us. A different place. Oh, that's that photo by the white-haired kid. I mean, the well by the white-haired kid. Like a well somewhere. Which is worse, Marvel's Avengers or Assassin's Creed Odyssey? Assassin's Creed Odyssey by a country mile. I got way more frustrated with that because it dragged on and on and on, far longer than Marvel's Avengers did. What's up, Nos? How you doing? Might want to switch back to your regular Type 14 film? Maybe. I suppose. Wrong way. Remember you had a fat Greek assassin wedding? I had many fat Greek assassin weddings for that game. Came up with the puns the best I could, but I hate it. I hate that game. It makes me just a little bit peeved thinking about it. And I dread that Valhalla is going to be just like it. Image of a person shows in the photo. Flashlight beam doesn't reach the bottom of the well. There doesn't seem to be any water. Faint current of air rises from the bottom. Well, let me get in. What do I hate more, Odyssey or Vampire? You're asking me to choose between a sandwich that is flavored with dog crap? I'm gonna be very crude right now. Dog crap or human crap? You mean, does it really matter? Still eating crap. Go back to the door that was locked? That doesn't make any sense, though. I'm tracking down this well stuff. Game's logic for locked doors is, questionable. I've got 2 locked doors as well. I got the one here and I got the one on top of the room. I guess we gotta go through this one. What 5 games should be nominated for Game of the Year? I don't know. We still got some more games to come out yet. A little too early for that one. Oops, wrong way. But so far, my Game of the Year is probably still Half-Life Alyx. Strange presence that was blocking the entrance is now gone. It looks like you can enter the building here. Who's the better gamer, me or Kate? I don't know. We're probably both equally terrible. Uh-oh. But we're both adorable. That's all that really matters. Filled with soot, it doesn't look like it's been used in a long time. I like how the candle actually flickers when you walk past it. It's a neat effect. Creepy dolls again. Here for long, the colors fade in the materials, whatever. The column supporting the roof is bent and the wall is broken. You can see the ground through the hole in the floor. I may be a smidge cuter. Oh, well, thank you. I'm the cutest kawaii gamer there is. Yeah, they're going all out creepy doll time. Creepy children and creepy dolls too. You get both.
Don't kill. Why?
Into that door. I think the creepy kids ran through this one, didn't they? Always facing the wrong direction for my action shots. I mean, that still counts. You can definitely sell that. There's a ghostly figure there. I'm beginning to feel that, some people get frustrated when someone, has a picture of the supernatural and no one believes them. Because it's always like that. You see it in the last second, then it vanishes before you can, awkwardly spin yourself around to take the shot. That's the explanation for, all of it. Ghost only fans, yes. We gotta turn everything pervy. Even the ghosts. Turned around by the cameras now, so that's the one I just... Aren't all these doors sliding doors? How do you lock them? thought that was another thing. Would you date a ghost? What a strange question. Would I date a dead person who does no longer have any earthly value? Sure, why not? That'd be interesting. You have some interesting, ideas, sir. A mortuary tablet, a rosary, and a prayer bell on the table. There's what looks like a sutra written in the open book, but you can't read it. Too much kanji. Why kill indeed? Would I date myself if there was another me? Seems like that might be the same as inbreeding. Funny enough, there's a side quest in Morrowind where there's a dude who actually clones himself and makes female versions of himself to be part of his harem. Morrowind had some messed up stuff in it. Maybe we can get that kind of level of writing back in Elder Scrolls now. Are you adding Pornhub tags to my stream? Stop that. Stop it. Get some help, in the words of Michael Jackson. Or Michael Jordan, I forget, I'm messing those two up. Y'all ever play Fable where you make a Frankenstein's bride and you can take her for your... I never did that. I only saw the choice... Which Fable are you talking about? I've played Fable 1 and 2. I don't remember any Frankenstein's bride you can make. Fable 2, I never beat Fable 2. I kind of got bored with it. You haven't played Morrowind in forever? I think there's actually a total conversion of Morrowind into the Skyrim engine that's nearing completion. You might want to wait around for that. Unless you just like the random dice roll gameplay of Morrowind, that is. Oh, it's Skyway, yeah, that's the name of it. Before I go upstairs, I want to check out everything I can on the first floor. Still hoping for a New Vegas remake. That'll only happen if the fans make it happen. This horror, this sound they play when they want you to be nervous and horror. For some reason, when I hear it, it makes me think I got a gas leak. Well, that'd be pretty scary, though, when you think about it, though. But for some reason, it starts playing, I'm like, oh, turn the stove off. And I don't know why. There, and there's a whole nother room over there. You can unlock that door, though, I think. Mind, this is different. Beautiful folding screen standing beyond the chest of drawers. There's a picture of a crimson butterfly fluttering below the flowers on it. Small mirror stands covered with red cloths are lined up here. Beyond them, there's a pair of dolls. Everything seems to come in pairs in this room. Winds. Stands covered with red cloths lined up. There's something in the drawer. Medicine. Broken, but it appears to be a wind-up cloth. Sitting dolls. Okay. Mouth for the photo. Violet diary. My hands closed around Azame's neck. It was soft, warm, alive. My grip seemed to cause her so much pain. At the very end, the veiled priest came to help me, but Azame said she wanted only me to do it. Choke me hard, sister. I became one with Azame, but now, okay, whoa, but now she's gone. I can't talk about it anymore. Father brought Azame back. All I could do was apologize. She forgave me. The killing is over now. No more. I'll never hurt anyone again. I'll never let anyone kill again. Father says Azame has been possessed, and he's trying to kill her. He's trying to kill Azame. I won't let him do it. I won't let anything happen anymore. Glowing crystal was inside the mirror. What's my button?
I don't want to kill. I didn't want to kill anyone. So, let's stay together, okay? I won't kill anymore. I can't kill anyone anymore.
What's Mio's charm up to? Or Mayu?
A ritual. One sister kills the other. The one half. The remaining.
I think I'm glad at the end of this game I can pretty much tell I'm going to make the choice to kill my sister or not. Choke you? I can do that. But do bungee only with bungee cords. Evil me. Funny. Oh. Seems to be held shut, but of course it is.
Why did you kill? Why did you kill?
Ah, you don't touch the button.
Why did you kill?
Oh, real. Ah.
Why did you kill?
Creepy voice. I gotta beat them before I can open any door, right? Did no damage.
Why did you kill?
Oh. they're asking me a question, but I don't have the answer. One is it the doll? Oh, I see. I got the wrong one. How does that work? How do you have an actual ghost doll? Any day now. Can't leave until you come out. I think they're glitched into the wall. Oh. I did some damage. Oops. You're the real one. They really needed a few more sound lines for this though, didn't they? Once the coof is over, your dad's going to Vegas and gamble again. It's rough, buddy. You got any advice for him? Maybe don't gamble his money away. The house, there's a reason to saying the house always wins, you know. Big, oh, there's the other one. Clever girl. Clever girl. Got her. Alright, where are we headed? There's a lot of doors I gotta go through now. Check these ones out over here, though. Bet simp coins. Well, you do have to gamble with real money, unfortunately. But I don't recommend gambling to anyone. Same way I don't recommend drugs to anyone. Oh, okay, that one got me. I'll give you that. I've been expecting that to happen eventually. But I kind of got lulled into a false sense of security that wasn't going to happen. Okay, you can put up on the gut meter, number 1. Official gut. This box is stuck fast. Does that lock? Actually, I need to save. Do me dirty like that, huh? Bet your simp coins. Maybe your Twitch will eventually have that kind of option for a simp for your channel points. I think there are some games now that actually allow you to use your simp coin, like simp points, I guess you could call them that, to do certain things in games. To be the biggest Japanese house ever created. Well, these houses in this village are gigantic. Heard how big Japanese houses traditionally are. Dusty dolls are visible in the candle. Maybe this room was used for special purpose. Dusty dolls are visible in the candlelight. Yeah. Different place shows in the photo. I don't recognize that spot. See something that looks like a family altar. I'll make her note. Connie damaged the mechanism to access the passageway, and she took part of the doll. I have to restore the twin doll to normal and drop the possessed doll of Azami into the Asterix to send the spirit back to hell. But that path was the only way to the Asterix. So he was making a twin doll to put a dead girl's spirit into to throw into the well in, sister's place, I guess. 2 buttons carved in the family crests on the box-like structure behind the doll. I tried pressing them, but nothing happened. Skyrim can let you spawn enemies using coins with a certain program. Well, there's like Twitch integration programs for that. You're not fooling me. This guy was just making real dolls. Oh, the projector room again. I did get a new reel of film. It's number 4. Play Dragon Ball Z. No thank you. I'm done with fighting games. For the time being. Don't need any more of that. So, I'm gonna go back and save my game. I don't know where that family thing was at they were just mentioned. I haven't seen it in this house anywhere. Fanboy, good luck. You did the math on it once, and it was going to take something like 10 years of daily streams for that. You mean the Persona 5 thing? Yeah, but I've always considered that just to be a big, meme. I'll probably get around to just choosing to do it on my own before I'd ever let that, let someone have to save up that many points. On the projector? Yeah, I know. You feared a jump scare there. I did the first time I watched it as well. It didn't happen. If you're playing MK, can you take on MMA fighter? Yeah, that's how that works. And after playing COD, I can take on a Navy SEAL. There's like for those buttons or whatever, there's like a family altar somewhere. I didn't see it anywhere in this place. Maybe it's somewhere in one of these rooms I need to go back to. However, I think we'll save that for tomorrow. I think we'll finish this game up tomorrow, maybe? That sounds good to me. I'd like to have it done soon by tomorrow, because I gotta get ready for Amnesia. But I think we're gonna end tonight's stream there, chat. Ugh. Gamer stretch, everyone. You know the new way. Dad, you've been nice tonight, and very funny. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. all the spooks. It's not the scariest game after playing it. Maybe some of you find it unsettling, but to me, it's just like, yeah, it's another video game. But we'll get our way through it. I promise to play it, so here I am, and I'm enjoying it for the most part. Thank you guys for being here tonight. And if you haven't followed me yet here on Twitch, hit that follow button. You can also join the Discord by typing in the Discord code into chat if you want to join that. Thank you for any subs tonight, or gift subs, and all that good stuff. Bits, too. And thanks to my excellent mods for the awesome job they always do. Yeah. Trying to think of what else I gotta do. That's my normal routine. Yeah, well, I'm hoping to finish this tomorrow. So, when does Amnesia come out again? Let me check real quick. Yeah. If I finish this tomorrow, I'll have like just 2 days until Amnesia comes out, so it'll be good for me. So, look forward to that as well. You'll make a point to join me tomorrow to help out as best you can. Oh, thank you, Shineth. I'll be streaming again tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, for anyone who doesn't know. That's my normal time for streaming. I put in about 4 hours or so. Chat, I want to wish you all a good night, or morning, evening, whatever it is for you. Hope you spend your time well, whatever's left to you. And we'll hopefully see you tomorrow as well. Stop by and say hi if you get a chance. I'm going to get some extra sleep tonight. I was up kind of late last night. So, later, everyone.